pitch awaits the morning light. A field of dreams beneath the sky so bright. With bat and ball the battle staged in history's book, a timeless page. Through sweat and toil the spirit soars, breaking walls and opening doors. Patience stands as heroes grow in Test cricket's world where legends glow.
Welcome everyone to this special episode of World Test Championship. So we have Mahesh with me. We both are back to discuss something special, something different. This time it's not an unfiltered cricket podcast. It's a special discussion about a special tournament, an exclusive tournament which has been played since the last 4-5 years. It is the World Test Championship. So the World Test Championship came up, I think, in the year of 2019, where it all started. And it was decided that all the teams will play each other a specific number of times. The points will be awarded, and in 2 years cycle, after the end of 2 year cycle, the top two teams finishing in the top two of the table will play a final. And till now, two finals have been played. 2021, India played New Zealand. It was a close match, and India lost that test match. Virat Kohli was the captain of the Indian team. Kane Williamson was the captain of the New Zealand team, and New Zealand won that match. India again qualified for a 2023 final. It was India versus Australia. This time, Rohit Sharma was the captain, and Pat Cummins was the captain of the Australian team, and India lost it completely one-sided. Travis Head and Steve Smith just washed us away, blasted us away with two brilliant hundreds. And this time, India failed to qualify for the World Test Championship final. This time, we have Australia and South Africa, two great teams, two spearheads, have qualified for the epic World Test Championship final. And this time, the World Test Championship final will be played at the iconic Lord's Stadium. So, before we start discussing about the World Test Championship standings and the cycle, I would like to Mahesh to have a word about this.
Hmm. Yeah, man. As we already discussed earlier in the call before, I think this time around the World Test Championship final will be a lot closer because usually the match gets played in Lords, which is SEMO friendly, and obviously Asian teams do not enjoy those kind of conditions. So the last two editions we had India qualifying there, and this time around we have a couple of good non-Asian nations with good seam bowling attacks, South Africa and Australia. So I expect a lot more closer contest than the last two ones. The last two ones were really one-sided. New Zealand took it away easily first time around. Second time around, Australia took it away easily. This time around, it will be a lot closer. And yes, this is my opening statement. Probably you can move on with the standings and we can discuss further after that.
Yeah. So now I will move on to the standings. I will also put up the standings so the people can also see and we both can discuss about it so that you all can get the context out of what we are speaking. So here's the table for everyone. Now, the top four teams we'll specifically discuss because the last five teams, England, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, West Indies, and Pakistan, were nowhere near the contention of qualification at all. So we'll exclude them. We'll only put up the top four teams which were in contention for the qualification of the final. So in this 2 year cycle, South Africa played 12 test matches, won 8, lost 3, drew 1, and last 5 matches they won 5 of them. Australia played 19, won 13, lost 4, drew 2, and the last 4 test matches they drew 1 and won all the 4 test matches. And India, who were in close contention, but they lost because of their own failures and their own. I want to use the word stupidity here. It was completely stupid of them to pick up some dubious calls during that India versus New Zealand series, which led to that shameful 3-0 loss at home. So it was very, very embarrassing. It was extremely embarrassing.
Loss in the past decade for
Yeah.
India.
Yeah, and it was a dent in India's home dominance in the last few years. And in And in the last Australian tour as well, we did not do well. We've already discussed in Australia podcast as well. So in the last 5 test matches for India, won, lost, draw, lost. And New Zealand this time remained fourth. 14 test matches they played. They've won
Mm.
7. They have lost 7. So it was a 50-50 kind of a record for them. So they were not playing for draws. So if you're not playing for draws, it's a double-edged sword. You either you
Mm.
finish up at the top or at the bottom. So that's how it did. They finished at the fourth place. So I think now, because we have the top two teams already, South Africa won this cycle, Australia finished second, and it was clear that whoever wins the Border Gavaskar Trophy, they qualify for the final at Lords. So Australia won the Border Gavaskar Trophy,
Right.
and they are into the finals. So this time, the finals, as we discussed earlier, this will be played at Lords, and I would like to just inform you a little bit more about the World Test Championship final of 2025. So, this will be played from June 11th. The World Test Championship final is scheduled on the 11th of June. So, and it's a 5-day test match. So, June 11 to June 15 is the main schedule of the World Test Championship final. And
Mm.
it's just before the India England series. So now I would like to just pick up the probables which might be there for both the teams of Australia and
Mm.
England, on Australia and South Africa in England. So basically, the players who played for Australia. First, I will start with Australia, who the squad which
So
were.
before we move on to the playing 11s, right? I think I want to make one more point
Yeah.
with regard to the standings of the World Test Championship. Right? I do not completely agree with the standings because every team is not playing in the say equal number of matches.
Mm-hmm.
There is Australia and India and England who play like more than 20 plus test matches, and the other teams manage to get in playing 10 or 12 test matches.
Mm-hmm.
There is no equality there because I don't agree with the points system. First of all, I
Mm-hmm.
think every team should be playing equal number of matches for it to be a equal contest.
Yeah.
So that is not happening, and that is a kind of a loophole, I can say, in the World Test Championship tournament itself.
True.
But saying that, I think Australia and New Zealand, Australia and South Africa deserve to be in the final this time around. Yeah, so let's go ahead with the probable squad.
No, because you have picked up this point, I think we should finish it before going to the squads.
Uh,
I think what is to be done from the next cycle onwards, I don't think that will happen in this cycle, but I think after the 2027 final is played, what should be done
mm,
is that they should have a proper league structure, like the World Cup or like the IPL. Do whatever you want to do,
mm,
just have a proper league
mm,
structure. Have every team and divide them into two random groups, or
mm,
if you don't want to divide them into random groups, just make
mm,
it like a super 6 of a World Cup or super 8 of a World Cup.
mm,
Make
mm,
them play each other twice or thrice at least.
mm.
Just make it specific.
Yeah.
Make them play 7 or 8 matches each against each other. And now I think this home and away thing should go away now. If you are deciding to make it a tournament, because now World Test Championship is like a tournament. So if you're wanting to do a tournament, the home away thing should remain for Ashes, the India England and the India Australia, which are the marquee series, so to speak. But for apart from that, what I think, these test matches should be counted in the World Test Championship, but for the games which are remaining now, for the other teams to make up and to make it an even contest, because I think teams like South Africa also played some other teams which were not too strong, and they gained up too many points by playing less matches.
Right.
Because if you're playing two test match series, you gain a lot of points. But if you're playing a five test
Exactly.
match series, you're not picking up too many points. So that's also unfair on
That's
the
my
other team as
point.
well. So that
Mm,
should be scrapped. Each game, irrespective of the series games, whether it's a 2 match series or a 5 match series, every test match win or a loss should have equal number of points. Number one, and an innings victory should have a bonus point to have the other teams an advantage so that they go for wins. I think to go for wins, this should be the reward which should be given to the other teams, and there should be over at and there should be over and time penalties. If you are unable to finish 90 overs in a day, there should be over penalty or run penalty or something like that to make it more stricter and more ordered fashion. And as I was speaking about home and away thing, for the marquee series, I think we should not disturb the circle because that's what
Mm.
that's where the money comes from. But I think we can also start some tri series and some random series in some random venues with test matches only. You can have a tri series and a final, make it interesting for the viewers, and just put up a proper structure so that all the teams just arrange it in such a way that all the teams after the cycle is completed play equal number of matches, play each other equal number of times, so that it's complete fairness for each and every team. There's no conditions bar, there's no conditions bar, there's no game number bar, nothing is there. Everyone has been given an equal opportunity to qualify, and that should be the criteria for picking up a World Test Championship finalists. And one test match should not be the criteria for deciding the World Test Championship winner. There should be a three-match series at least, if not five. Play a best of three series and then decide the winner. That should be the
Yeah, even I
criteria.
completely agree with you. It should be a best of three series before you decide the winner. See, it's not a one-day game or a T20 game where you can have a one final and you can decide the winner or the loser, right? This is a
Yeah.
test match. Test matches are a sequence of matches where you can decide a winner. Single test match, so obviously, see, when an Asian team qualifies, right, the non-Asian team will always have the advantage because the match is played in Lords. A three-match series kind of evens it out, is what I'm thinking, instead of having a one-off final.
And also, I think another factor is that, I mean, it's a toss factor
Mm.
as well. If it's a one-off test match, it's cloudy and overcast, and it's a
Mm.
green top, and you've been put into bat first. That's an unfair
Mm.
advantage. One test match only.
Exactly.
One bad session, 30, 40 minutes of bad play, you're done. Your test match is over then and there. Because the conditions will
Mm.
improve slowly with time. So that's
Correct.
an unfair advantage for a one test match for either team,
Mm.
and disadvantage for the other. So now, moving on.
And
Mhm.
why the World Test Championship should be played only at Lords? I don't
Yep.
understand.
Only in England,
Why not
not
other
not even at
venues?
Lords. They are
Yeah,
playing at Oval. They're playing at Headingley, Birmingham. They're not playing in other countries. That should not be the case. You should give India a
that should not
chance.
be the case.
You should give Australia a chance. It should be completely rotational, like the World Cup is. Play once in
Correct,
Australia,
correct, correct.
play once in England. Neutral venue is fine. I completely agree with that. It should be the neutral venue. But you can also give a home advantage to some team. But the curators should be neutral, is what I feel. The curators should be neutral. I think even for the World Cup final, the curators were Indian, but Australia won the World Cup, right? They took the advantage of the conditions. So I think you can play Australia versus India World Test Championship final in India as well as Australia. It's fine. You can give them some home advantage or some away advantage as well. It's fine. It can happen in any sports. It's allowed. But I think this England dominance of World Test Championship should stop. This biasness of
Mm.
England always hosting a World Championship final because it looks cool in the June. It's the only country which can afford a Test match at June. No, then shift the time. Shift the time.
Correct.
You are not supposed to have World Test Championship completely in June itself. You can also have it in November. You can also have it in December. Change your
Yeah,
World Test Championship cycle accordingly. You necessarily do not need to start just when the test season starts. You can start it
correct.
accordingly. Now, now I'm coming to the point. If that was the case, why the 2027 World Cup is now being played in November? You can play it in June. Why you're not playing in June? Why you're not playing in February?
Exactly.
You're playing in November just because the conditions will suit the best for the South African players, and the conditions will suit the organizers to organize it well. So that should not be an excuse that June month only suits for cricket being playing in England. So you should have a neutral venue,
Exactly.
and it should be rotated
It,
everywhere.
it should be rotated everywhere. England cannot be hosting it every time.
Yeah. Coming back to the discussion of the squads, now we will pick a probable squad based on what the squads were picked for the previous series of both the teams.
Mm.
Starting with Australia, for Australia, the batsmen were for the Border Gavaskar Trophy: Steve Smith, Alex Carey, Travis Head, Ushman Khwaja, Sam Constas, Marnus Labuschagne, Josh Inglis were the batsmen. All-rounders were Sean Abbott, Mitchell Marsh, Bew Webster.
Hmm.
Bowlers were Pat Cummins, Scott Boland, Nathan Lyon, Jai Richardson, Mitchell Stark. Josh
Hmm.
Hazelwood is not here because he was out injured, so I think he will also be included now that he's fit. We should also include him in
Hmm.
the squad. So first of all,
I
we'll
think
try
Sean
to pick
Abbott
up
is not an all-rounder. I would say he's kind of a bowler who can bat.
who.
Sean Abbott.
Yeah, Sean Abbott can bat and bowl both. So because it's been categorized as all rounder, so I just
Hmm.
read it as it is. We are no one to decide who he is. So
Yeah,
whatever has
I
been
would say a
decided, yeah,
bowler who can bat.
yeah.
Hmm.
So it's the same with some other players in the Indian team as well. So we can't judge
Yeah,
around like that. Like Nitish
bowlers
Kumar
who can
Reddy
bat a bit.
is a batsman who can bowl. So
Who
still an
can
all
bowl,
rounder,
yeah.
right? Still an all rounder. So we have
Yeah,
to keep it that way.
kind of. Yes.
Yeah, so now I think we want to pick up the squad for the World Test Championship final for Australia. So, given
Hmm.
this squad which I've just read out, what do you think? The same set of players qualify for the World Test Championship final, or do you want some changes?
I think the same set of players qualify, man. I think not much has changed since the India versus Australia series, and they're coming out of a winning series, right? Why would they change? Is the
Yep,
question, right?
yep.
Probably the opener might change. The young opener who opened, would they go for any other openers or would he continue?
I think
Sam
um,
Constas.
I think Sam Constas will play the World Test Championship final. I think Usman Khwaja will have to make way. He came back to form in the last Test match in the last innings, but
Hmm.
I think Sam Constas will have a strong say in that World Test Championship final. I think he has made his case. Yep, he made mistakes,
Hmm.
but you need that kind of a character in a final. He's that kind of a player who can take the game away just like this in a flash. A quick fire
Okay, but
50,
I think
70.
Usman Khawaja also did well in the final test, I believe. He'll be there. Both Usman Khawaja and Sam
Yeah,
Constas
they will
can be
win in the
opening
squad.
nine.
Squad both will make. That's not the point. Point is
Hmm.
that who will play. Because who are the openers? Who are the openers? I think Khwaja and Sam Constas both can open together. That's also possible, right?
Yeah, both will open together. Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
Khwaja and
Correct, correct.
Constas will open together. So if these two
Hmm.
open together, these two are completely making the squad. Who is your number three? I think Marnus Labuschagne
Labuschagne, yeah, Labuschagne should continue, right?
and Smith at four, of
Yes.
course. No brainer.
Smith at he is back. Smith is back. He's back to his best, to be honest.
Yeah,
In the Sri Lankan series, also he scored a lot of runs. He's looking
yeah.
good. Yeah. That average had dipped from 60 to about 54 or 55,
Hmm.
but it is picking up again now.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
who is the other guy? I think now number five is Travis Head for sure. No brainer. Number
Yeah,
six is
number
Alex
five is
Carey.
Travis. Number six is Webster, right? The new all rounder.
Yeah, number six is Bew Webster. Number seven is Alex Carey. I think if
Alex
I'm not
Carey,
wrong. Yeah,
yes. And it will be Stark coming as a load and lion. Simple.
yeah.
The uniform kind of a bowling attack.
Pat Cummins,
Boland is
Stark,
a
Hazelwood,
backup.
Lyon. I think these four
Yeah.
players will only play. I mean, if
Yeah.
Hazelwood is not Test match fit, then Scott Boland might come.
Might come in, yeah. And
Yeah,
if Lion is not fit, I think who is the next spinner on? I think Todd Murphy.
Todd
Todd
Murphy,
Murphy is the next
without
spinner.
a doubt. Todd Murphy, without a doubt. Yeah,
Yeah. So
Ashton
those are
Agar
the
might come in,
backups.
but I've not seen him a lot in the recent times.
Yeah, I don't think he will be there. I think Todd Murphy will be the Lions backup.
Yeah, so I think that's the
Hmm.
prediction for the Australian squad. I think now we'll move on to the South Africa.
Any backup batsman?
Any backup batsman for Australia? Who do you want to pick? Uh,
Who is a backup keeper after Alex Carey?
who can be the wicket keeper? I did not follow the Big Bash League properly to find out is there any standard wicket keeper for
Who is the
them.
backup keeper in the Border
Josh
Gavaskar
English.
series?
Josh English can be. Yeah,
Josh English.
Josh
Yes.
English is
Josh
there.
English.
Josh English is
Josh
there.
English is the backup keeper. Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. So Josh English is already there in the squad, so he will be picked.
Hmm.
And batsman who can be there? I think Jake Fraser McGurk is not a Test match material. He is not a Test match
No,
material.
I think Mitch Marsh would be there, backup batsman.
Mitch Marsh is a backup all rounder as well, and I think he's found his
Yeah.
form back a bit. He's now getting back to his
Hmm.
form. He will be there in the Lord's match, I think.
He will be there. Yeah,
Yeah,
he will be there.
he'll be there in the squad at least. Now moving on to South African squad, uh, which played in the
Mm,
last home series in South Africa. So Temba Bavuma was the captain. David Bedingham,
mm,
Corbin Bosch, Matthew
mm,
Briske, Tony J. Zorzi,
mm,
Marco Anson,
mm,
Keshav Maharaj, Kwena Mafanka, Aiden Makram, Vian
mm,
Mulder, Senuran Muthuswamy,
mm,
Dane Peterson,
mm,
Kagiso Rabada, Ryan Rickleton, Tristan Subs, and Kyle Wren.
mm, mm. I think Varone is a wicketkeeper, right?
Who?
Varone is a wicketkeeper.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see any changes in their squad, man. I don't think they have a depth of talent pool to change the squad. I think they'll go into the same squad,
Yeah.
provided all the players are fit. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance for Lungi Ngidi to make a comeback into the squad?
Maybe as a backup steamer, maybe he might be there because
Hmm.
they're traveling, right? They might go in with more steamers. Probably Lungi
Hmm.
Engidi might travel with the squad.
What happened to Andrik Noke, that fast bowler?
I think he's injured, I believe. He's not at
Okay.
100%. I
Hmm.
think if he's 100%, I think even he should go.
Yeah, you need a out and out quick
Yeah,
bowler. Kagiso Rabada is the
yeah.
medium pacer these days. He's not the quickest bowler anymore.
Yeah, these days he's not the quickest of all. He's a
And
medium pacer.
Keshav
So
Maharaj is
you
that
need some
left.
pace.
Yeah, he's lost some pace with time. And Keshav Maharaj is that left
Right.
arm spinner. Mm,
Yeah.
do you think they
Keshav
should
Maharaj
add
is
another?
a Keshav Maharaj is a like no brainer. He is a number one spinner. He'll be there.
True. Do you think South Africa would like to have a right arm off spinner or a leg spinner just to pick up a surprise if the pitches just turn a little dry towards the end of the game?
I do not think so, man. South
Maybe
Africa have not
Shamsi,
been very choosy.
maybe
They have not
Shamsi.
been very choosy as far as the spinners are concerned. They usually pick these left arm spinners and go in with just one spinner.
Hmm.
That has been their history, right?
Yeah.
There's one guy, Paul Harris, also, left arm spinner who used to play for South Africa, Nicky Boye. They have the kind of history of picking left arm spinners,
Hmm.
and they pick left arm spinners only as a support bowler.
Yeah.
Bulk of the wickets will be taken by the seamers. So that's how South Africa usually operates.
Yeah, usually they have had pace spearheads like before this
Yeah.
generation it was Steyn, Morkel, Philander,
And before that, there was Sean Bowler,
Sean Pollock.
Callis, all those kind of guys. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean Pollock and
Maka
all.
Antony.
Maka Antony,
Yeah.
yes. So that was a completely team which was completely relying on pace, and Jack Callis was that middleman who used to just cover up for the other paces as well in the middle. That was
Yeah,
the team.
he was most of the time he was a fourth seamer.
Yeah, he was the fourth seamer for them. So now I think
Yeah, he
because
was
we
a
have
fourth seamer.
discussed the squads, now I think we'll just discuss the last match which has been played at Lords.
Hmm.
The last match which has been played at Lords, it's between
Like a county game, right?
last county game between Middlesex and Kent.
Hmm.
Now this will surprise you a little bit.
Hmm.
First innings, Kent batted. Okay. Now some notable names is Jack Crowley played that match. Okay. And
Hmm.
Ben Compton, I think he's one of the relatives of Nick Compton. You remember that guy,
Nick
Nick
Compton,
Compton,
yeah.
2014 series, yeah.
I remember. He had traveled to India in 2012, right? The
And
series where India lost.
yes, he also played in a 2014 series, Nick Compton.
Yeah, in England.
Yeah, in England. And okay, so Jack Crawley is one of these names, and Toby Roland Jones is that seamer from England. We've seen him bowl sometimes.
Yeah,
He's playing for
yeah.
Middlesex. So these two are the notable
He was a
names.
part of Ireland team initially, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. So Kent in their first innings got all out for 129. Okay,
Maybe it was a green track.
I
Oh,
think so. I will have to check the. I will just check the match videos to just check how the wicket was. Middlesex in
mm,
reply scored 238. Pitch got better to bat.
mm.
And now in the second innings, which is the third innings of the match, Kent scored 473.
Hmm.
One guy,
This surprising, right?
not really surprising, I'll tell you why. Bell Drummond
Hmm.
scored 223 runs. This clearly reminds me of the 2018 Test match of India versus England, which we just recently discussed as well. Very
Correct,
similar
correct,
trend,
correct.
very similar trend. Now, in the fourth innings,
The pitch keeps on getting better and better for batting.
and in the fourth innings, Middlesex scored 366. So Middlesex won by
Hmm.
2 wickets. They chased down the target. They chased down the 360 plus target with 2 wickets to spare.
Yeah, so it is definitely not a bat first track, right? It is a ball first
Definitely.
track.
Exactly. It's a bowl
Yeah,
first track, but the catch is that the pitch gets getting better and better and better as the game progresses.
yes. You need to get a lot of runs in the first innings, man.
Yes, the first innings total will decide how the game will go. I will just check. So the day 1 wicket, I'll just check how it was. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's I will just put up a clip of that video. I will just take a screenshot
Hmm.
and put up in this video, so I can clearly see. And for the people who are also watching this game, it's not a green top at all. It's a completely clean track which looks very good for batting. Honestly, if you have a look at it, it does not look
Hmm.
green at all. It's just a slight
No,
tinge of green.
in Lords, usually day one would be green, and as the match goes by, the pitch turns to brown. So
No,
that
which
is the
the
kind
one
of.
which I watched, the one which I looked at, that's my point. The one which I looked at, it's a day 1 wicket, not
Oh,
a day
okay,
three, not a day four.
okay,
It's a flat track with
okay,
slight tinge of green. So what I
okay,
feel, what
okay.
I can make out of it is that it rained overnight. On the last few days, it was raining around a lot. It was kept under
Hmm.
covers. The covers were taken off, and on that day,
Correct,
it was completely bright and sunny. So the moisture worked in the favor of the bowlers, is what I feel.
correct, correct,
The
correct,
pitch was sticky.
correct, correct.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, even I kind of agree with you. The moisture might have worked in the favor of the
Yeah.
bowlers.
So
Yes.
I think similar things might happen because it's rainy season already in England. So I mean, the
Hmm.
weather will also play a part. I think now 1 month ago, I think we can't predict the weather, but a week ago, I think it's just 1 month now. 1 month is left for the World Test Championship final.
1 month
So
is left.
exact
Yes.
1 month is left. So I think 1 week before the World Test Championship final, we will be able to analyze the weather, and then we can also decide that what is good for the teams to go forward, whether bat first or bowl first.
Hmm.
Generally, bowl first is a better option.
Hmm.
Bowl first is a
Correct,
better
correct.
option. But
Generally,
India
both
won
was
the
a
20.
better option.
India won twice, 2014 and 2021, batting first. So that's also a factor. If you have a good bowling attack, you can win batting first as well. That's also a thing.
I think it is about surviving the first session, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong. So if
first session is vital. If you don't, runs
team,
won't matter.
if the team batting first can survive the first session, I think they can go. They can score big, not impossible.
Yeah, because runs won't matter. If you are even 55 for no loss or 55 for one, after
Hmm.
playing 30 overs in the first session, it's still fine. You can capitalize in the afternoon and the evening session and moving
Correct,
forward.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what are
Yeah.
predictions? Now we come to the predictions. What will happen in the game?
So predictions, I would say after we went through both of the squads, right? I think there's not much to choose from with regard to both the squads. I think the bowling attack, South African bowling attack is still good. Probably Australian bowling attack is a little bit better than the South African one. But with regard to the batting, I think South African batting is good as well. Australian batting is not out of the world. So I think it'll be even contest, 50-50 kind of a contest heading into the World Chess Championship final. So the last two World Chess Championship final was kind of predictable because of the Asian and non-Asian kind of scenario. But this time around, it will be a lot more closer, and I would say 50-50. But this time around, who knows? We might see a new winner in South Africa.
Okay, so my prediction is completely opposite. I will say 70-30 Australia.
Mm.
I will say 70-30 Australia, because I think they know how to play the big games. They know how to handle pressure, number two. And number three is that this team, which has been playing now, this team has been together since a long, long time. So probably this lot
Mm.
will play the last World Test Championship final, and the Ashes will be the swan song for a lot of players. So a lot of players will leave the squad after the Ashes gets over later in the summer. I
Okay,
think towards,
maybe Stark.
yeah,
Stark might be
Cummins,
one.
Stark, Cummins,
Cummins,
Smith, Khwaja, this
Smith.
four, Lion, five of them will go. Hazelwood also might go.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of players who will
yeah.
leave after this cycle. So these
Smith
players,
and
this,
Virat are of same age, similar age group.
yeah.
So probably,
So
yeah. Even
these
Smith might
players have
go. Yes.
played a lot together. 13, 14 years they've played
Mm.
together. So I think, and Travis Head has played since 2017-18. So he's been around since a long time. And the South African
Correct,
team has
correct.
just gelled in. It's a very new team.
New
They're
team,
playing well.
exactly. Very young and a new
Very
team.
young
Yeah.
and new team. They might be high on energy, but to win the pressure situations, I think Australia have a high edge in this match. Anything can
Mm.
happen. This is the game. Cricket is the game which
Anything
can
can
surprise
happen,
everyone.
but anything can happen. Yeah, I kind of agree with your point, but I kind of partly agree with your point because yes, Australia do very well as far as the finals are concerned. But you have to take into consideration this is a test match.
Hmm.
This is a longer version of a final, not a 50-over game or a 20-over game. The beauty of a test match is there is always time and room for a comeback. So that is where I do not count South Africa out. So instead of a 70-30, like looking at the combinations of both the teams, what they're going to go ahead with, the talent available, I would still call it a 50.
Yeah, and I will still
Yeah,
stick with
I would
70-30.
kind of
Yeah,
give South Africa equal chance as well, considering it's a test match.
yeah. But I have a
Yeah,
completely different opinion. That's why it's a discussion, right? We are entitled to have different
yeah, yeah.
opinions. Otherwise, we won't be having a discussion
Exactly.
here.
We can have different opinions. Not a
That's why we are
problem
having a
with that. But
discussion.
I kind
Yeah,
of give that kind.
and
I kind of give an equal chance to South Africa as well.
exactly, they of course deserve a chance. Now I will give another point to this. The teams who are stronger skillfully, who are stronger mentally, who are stronger skill wise, who have ample amount of experience, the longer the format gets, the tougher it is to beat them, is what I feel. Whenever, because in the shortest format, I'll tell you, let me explain first. In the shortest format, the timeline is very small. So if something goes wrong, if some team has come with a huge amount of energy, they are completely motivated to defeat a team, they can. Like Afghanistan defeated England in that 2023 game as well. They were completely motivated. 2023 team of England was not that weak, but they were playing bad cricket. Let's not say it. They were playing bad cricket.
Mm.
But smaller teams can upset big teams in the shortest format, T20. To upset a team in a 50-over game is tough, because they have a lot of, they have to consistently play high level of cricket for a long period of time. It gets even tougher in test cricket because it's a 5 day game. Every session, every over, you have to be at your top of your game. Just one mistake and opposition will pounce on you, and Australia know when to pounce on them. The Pat Cummins is a very cunning captain. He is one of the greatest field setters of all time. He's in his captaincy, he knows what are the weaknesses of the batsman are. He will just choke the batsman with the perfect field settings. And that when it gets tougher for you to score singles, you will try to play rash shots to just get out of jail, and that will work against you as a batsman. So I feel Australia have an edge over South Africa, but that is the reason, there is a specific reason I have not given a 90-10 or a 99-1. I've given 70-30 because the 30% chance is there. Australia might not play well together. Everyone might fail on that day. There something might not click together. South African players might play out of their skins. They might win the toss. They might have the advantage. They might play better cricket together. And that for the 30% can become a 90-10 and they can win the game as well. That's why I've given a 70-30, not a 90-10. So there is a chance for both the teams.
Mm.
Anything can happen. And cricket is a funny game. Anything can happen in this beautiful game of cricket. Any team can come, any team can play, any team can win. You can also see a number 11 scoring a double hundred like Jason Gillespie did. No one saw that coming, right? So that's possible. It's a beautiful game of
Correct.
cricket. Anything is possible. That's my closing statement for this World Chess Championship final.
Yeah, probably we both can agree upon a 60-40 kind of an scenario.
Probably.
60%
Yeah.
Australia,
So
40%.
it's like a
Yeah.
deal we are making over the table. It's like a
Yeah,
deal.
it sounds like a deal to be honest. Yeah, but 60-40 sounds better because South
Yeah.
Africa isn't bad.
I think we have a deal.
If they
I
they
think we have
are
a
good
deal.
because that is why they are in
60-40.
the final. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we got a deal. Yeah, so let's see how the match pans out. It will
Yeah.
be exciting final, and I think Indian viewers should like this podcast. What we just showed, and I think the fans will should enjoy the World Test Championship final as well.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a very entertaining final for
Yeah.
people who kind of enjoy Test cricket, right?
Yes.
It is definitely not going to be a one-sided one for sure.
Not at all. It's not going to be an innings defeat. I hope it's not an innings defeat. It has to be a game which goes till the fifth day. I hope that happens. It should be a nail
Correct.
biting finish.
I hope that happens.
Yep, yep.
I too hope
And
that happens.
and I
Yeah.
also hope that it's not a rain curtailed game and it's not a washout. I hope that doesn't happen as well.
No, I think it is June, so I don't think it'll rain. So let's hope it will not rain.
Yeah, exactly. Because in London, at Lords, anything can happen anytime. So yeah,
Yeah, in England, it might rain any time. You can't predict. So hope that doesn't happen.
yeah. So yeah, thank you, Mahesh. Thanks for joining in in such a short notice for this special episode of World Test Championship podcast.
Yeah, always, man. Always a pleasure joining. And whenever I get time, it's a great kind of thing to just chat cricket, right? So it's always entertaining. And it gives obviously a great feeling as well, like talking cricket any time of the day.
Yeah. So that's it from this special episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so that whenever we release a video, you get a notification instantly. And please share this video with your friends and let them know that this video has been shot, this video has been made, and let us know in the comments that how did you feel about the video? What are your opinions about the World Test Championship final? And you can also comment on the squads, probable playing 11 and 15s of yours as well, so that we can have a detailed discussion on that in the future as well. And we can also match that with the actual squads, which come out in very short time. It will come up anytime. It will come up anytime soon. So that's it. That's it from the video. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye all. Enjoy the video.
A steady hand and a heart.